Hello, checking in with the first three chapters of White Hot, which is number two in the Hidden Legacy urban fantasy series by writing team of Alona Andrews, which is a husband and wife team, very much in the kind of paranormal romance kind of section of the books. A odd series in that I started off with number four, which uh, which follows actually is a good jumping in point for Catalina Baylor, of the Baylor family, but I've doubled back to the beginning where we're following Nevada Baylor and her ongoing flirtation romance with Mad Dog. Um, what's his name? Oh, Connor, Mad Dog Connor. A This is a world where there's magic, where a serum has created kind of a whole hierarchy, ruling class of magic users, the highest being primes, and indeed Connor is one of these primes who has basically the ability to rearrange atoms at will. Super powerful. Nevada, on the other hand, is who actually turns out she has a prime level power which she's kept hidden, of being able to tell but being able to be truth divinator, being able to tell if someone's lying or not, and indeed able to use her power to extract truths from people at her high point, which would make her incredibly valuable for not so nice people. So she's kept herself very quiet, and indeed she and her family, sans her father who died of cancer, are a investigative company, which is kind of the urban fantasy kind of trope of putting kind of detective fiction in there being a mystery to solve, and our plucky detective who, while she has a very handy power for a detective, is majorly underpowered in comparison to those around her, including Connor, who, in true urban fantasy fashion in the first book, kidnaps her, roughs her up, dominates her as an alpha male, and she finds rather irresistible. But of course, they get separated at the end of the first book because we can't be together for reasons of keeping the series going for long periods of time. Um, this book, where in the first book there was some kind of cabal behind a pyromancer. I think he was a psychopathic pyromancer guy who they were funding. In this book, there seems to be something going on yet again, where a man's wife, who is the lawyer for a very powerful family, has been assassinated, and we learn in the course of this book that indeed that Connor had actually was in charge of the security firm that was protecting these group of lawyers, and suddenly power came up where it took control of the people of the team, and they killed each other, and then they killed the lawyers. The lawyer's husband, Cornelius Harrison, wants justice, and he is a very humble, kind of out of the loop thing, even out of the loop with his own family, and first goes to Augustin, runs a very powerful company, but it's like, nope, we're not touching that. You can't afford us, but hey, why not try Nevada Baylor and her company, which is this low level thing, and she, being kind of the person who sticks up for the powerless and stuff like that, agrees to take the case. It's interesting because we open this with her having insisted on going down to the police station to rip the truth out of which is a child predator who has been captured, has killed multiple children, but he's been captured, but he won't talk because he has one more victim, and she's able to rip that out of him and keep him alive to be able to stand trial. So that's establishing that right off the bat. But yes, Cornelius Harrison does he and his daughter hire her, and it's first on the list to investigate is the boss, the head of this family that the woman was a lawyer for, that his wife was a lawyer for, who seems to disavow everything and say, oh no, this was something personal, it has nothing to do with us. Whereas we find the evidence of, yeah, this was a professional hit. She's had like 2 in the head to make sure she's dead, and I'm sure all the other lawyers are the same. Someone was sending a very strong message to this guy, and we need to question him about that. And it's like, were they assassinated on his orders or by someone else's? And they do get to him in the kind of their big kind of whatever Senate Parliament, not Parliament, but Senate thing. He manages to actually ask him a couple of questions, like, did you order her killed? No, that's true. Do you know who did order to kill her? No. Lie. And it's like, and they're kind of getting all that information when suddenly he spots Connor coming towards him, because we haven't seen him up to this point. She's just been pining about him, thinking about him, drooling about him, rushing out into the street when she thought it was him. All this internal stuff they love to do in urban fantasies, where they get they get to have their cake and eat it too, whereas the heroine shows herself as very kind of strong and independent, but inside we have all the internal monologue stuff of, oh my god, he's so gorgeous, I love him, I want to throw myself at him, but I won't, I will be strong, but oh god, I just want him so bad, I'm so horny for him, kind of stuff. Which is how we seem to negotiate stuff like that in these female urban fantasy books. And comes towards him. He's like, holy shit. His power is he can teleport himself away. He teleports, but ends up in the lobby with 2 shots through the head, dead. So he probably took in a breath, because teleporting is a 2-step process. Took a breath to go, got shot, let out the breath, teleported, and ended up where he was, dead, shot through the eyes twice. So it's like, fuck. The guy that who maybe knew some answers, gone. They go back. Connor, as I said, reveals that it was his security team that was guarding the husband's wife, and shows this thing where basically they suddenly his security team goes zombie-like, shoots everybody, and even after they're shot dead, the bodies are still able to continue executing, killing people like 10 seconds after they're probably clinically dead. So someone with super major powers, and like they also say it's like also an ice mage, so it's like another prime from there. So that means like more than one house was involved in this operation. It's like this is an extremely powerful, wide-ranging cabal of people who are seen to be conspiring for whatever reason to take out these lawyers. And Connor thinks it's got something to do with the same people who were funding the psychopathic rich kid in the last book, and all his plans to assemble that magical kind of piece together that was going to cause even more destruction. So it's like someone's really trying to really destabilize things in this society, in this magical world. Magical but not magical world. It's like it's our world but overlaid with this magic ruling class. So yeah, that's what we have so far. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable nonsense. I'm having fun. The whole, oh god, I'm so hot for him. Oh god, I can't let it show. Oh, we're jousting. Oh, I can tell that you're hot for me. Or things that embarrass the heroine, Nevada. It's like, oh god, about wedding stuff, or he can partially kind of read minds, and she's envisioning him as a dragon. He says like, dragons, why do I always see dragons? You think you see me as a dragon, something that's gonna dominate you? Just like, yeah. And she tries to kind of be whoa, but this is very much that's very much the female fantasy, it seems, of a powerful male that's going to try and dominate me, and I'm going to resist, but maybe give in at the end. Seems to be what's going on here. It's not like high literature. It's not probably progressive. but it's fun. It's fun stuff to have after doing my Shakespeare, which is also fun. But this is just a different kind of level fun, which I both valuable for me. Both get me through the world, which I got to appreciate. All right, I will leave it there and talk to you later. Bye.